If you feel bad in some way, it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be cognitive, because these are the three ways that we perceive dis-ease in our lives: cognitive, physiological, or emotional. And they go hand in hand, body, mind, they're connected. Big surprise. My name is Ulf Sandström, and I'd like to just explain what I do and how I do it in case that might inspire you to look for help somewhere with somebody who uses these tools. So I have a varied toolbox, and I call what I do, it's called coaching, it's called therapy, it's called mentoring. I like to see it as I am a trainer of self-help. I'm a self-help facilitator because most of the time, because I'm not a medical doctor, I will help you with different methods to find what you need to find to resolve your life and situation, whatever dis-ease you are having or imbalance. So I like to call what I do is striving for remarkable change. And to do so, I have a toolbox which involves mental training, which is sports psychology, NLP, neurolinguistic programming, a way of defining and deconstructing the way that we construct our subjective experience of life. You could say it's a way of interacting with people and helping them resolve what they are doing. Trauma tapping technique is a technique I've developed together with Gunilla Hamni and the Peaceful Heart Network. It's a tapping technique designed specifically for helping people with trauma, emotional first aid. Havening Techniques by Dr. Ronald Rudin and Steve Rudin is a fantastic toolbox with a great science underlying it that you can use to hypothesize what you're doing and why. I also use hypnosis. I started out as a hypnotherapist, and if this is the mix of eclectic things and tools I have, I would like to say that I tie it all together with something I call clean communication, which is a kind of derivative or expansion of clean language by David Grove. So if we want to have remarkable change, then we need to do the right things, and it doesn't have to take long. I have quite a varied experience as well to pull from. I have been working with humanitarian outreach. This is from Lesbos, where Syrian refugees are coming from the war. 2015, me and my colleague were there helping out with both refugees and the help workers. I also worked with sport teams. This is a football team that I helped coach up into the All Swedish using mental training. With all these techniques, they're called Dalkurd. There's a movie about them called Allihopa, which is made by a Canadian film team in English, and it's winning film festivals at the moment. Part of the secret recipe for them was the techniques that allowed them to resolve and bounce back from adversity. Here is me working in Congo with my colleague Gunilla. This is BBS. It's a center for children, liberated child soldiers, and others. And this is working with music in Africa as well. So I'm a musician. I integrate music into everything I do. Now, here's the deal. If you are feeling fear for something, anxiety is a kind of fear of the future for something that hasn't happened yet. And fear is lack of information, resources, or skills. A fireman is not afraid to go into a burning building. He or she has information, resources, and skills that allow them to be careful, but not afraid. So you don't feel anxiety going into the burning building. You feel caution, and you rely on your training. So basic competence is about having information, resources, and skills. So you could say that attachment patterns, for example, people don't know how to attach to other people because they had an ambivalent childhood with difficulties. What it means is they are lacking the information and skills on how to attach and how to feel safe. And that's what they need. And so, again, once you have the basic competence for something, it's what you know, it's what you have, and what you practice, right? But to be able to put this into use, you need to have deep competence. And this is something I've developed together with Frederick Presto at the Institute of Behavior Design. We spent loads of years deconstructing our sessions with clients, and we wrote a book called Unpack Your Existence, where we deliver 34 hypnotic approaches and 86 techniques of these kinds, the kind of skills that people can use, that you can use, if you want to explore how you can unpack your existence in different ways. But let's look at deep competence. So once you have the information, the resources, and the skills, you want to be able to be in a performance state. You could be a great musician, you can know how to play the piano, but if you're stressed, you won't have access to that competence. So your state, your performance state is vital for anything you're doing. You go on a vacation and you don't know how to relax, then your performance state of relaxation is faulting. So you need to be able to understand states. And in sports psychology, you can train states, anchor states, and trigger states. That's what we do with fear. That's fear conditioning. It's a state. And then you need experience. Without experience, you won't have anything. Information without practice is nothing. And so you need experience of using it so that you yourself have the data points to understand what is necessary to do and when and why. And then lastly, but not least, in deep competence, you need to know how to evaluate results of what you're doing. John Grinder, one of the founders of NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, he has said, calibration, calibration, calibration. You need to calibrate. And he also said, the mother of all skills is obsessive compulsive practice. So having said that, I'll be happy if you want to talk to me, if you want to discuss anything, write in the comments, reflect. I answer at times, and sometimes it takes time before I answer, but I'm a nerd. I love this. I love how we tick and how we talk, and I like to be of service, if that can contribute in any way to anything you're doing. So let me know. Take care. Stay safe. Stay clean.